For updates on sports stories across the globe, Aaron Akerijala joins us. It's great to see you, Aaron.
Yeah,
welcome back from Abidjan.
Yes, just for a brief moment, I must say.
Oh.
All right, good morning to you, Doctor.
Good to see you. Morning. You also deserve a chieftaincy title. They just gave him Nwabali.
Yes,
you also deserve a chieftaincy title for doing a good job.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And monetary compensation, 20 million from the River State government.
Okay, let's get started with the Premier League.
I'll call you the Aloko of Abidjan. That means the fried plantain of Abidjan.
All right, in the Premier League, yesterday, Manchester United actually had a very, very beautiful start. 2 quick goals from Højlund on the day. And when you actually look at that, at the moment, he's the youngest player to actually score in 6 consecutive matches, 21 years and 14 days, beating the likes of Joe Willock, Erling Haaland, Romelu Lukaku, and the great Thierry Henry. So he's on the run right now, and Manchester United are better off for it. But you look at the table right now, United have actually risen to 6th. But a huge weekend, of course, Arsenal holding on to that 2nd position. All right, no thanks to the fact that Chelsea held Manchester City to a draw. That meant that Manchester City dropped 2 points. And Liverpool also had a win with Mo Salah, also recording major milestones for himself and for the club Liverpool. Away from that, just yesterday, 10-man Real Madrid were held by Rayo Vallecano 1-1, and as it stood, they also dropped pace while Robert Lewandowski did what Robert Lewandowski always does and helping Barcelona to a massive win. And Real Madrid still top in the table in the Premier Division, and Girona still in uncharted territory, I must actually say, with Barcelona actually chasing both Real Madrid and Girona. Away from that, you spoke about the chieftaincy title. He got a hero's welcome, talking about jersey number 23 wearing Stanley Nwabali, our #1 choice goalkeeper at the moment. After his heroics, his people literally came out in their numbers.
Fantastic.
To celebrate him, to actually say, well done for what you've actually done. And not only that, of course, he presented a jersey to Governor Sim Fubara, who also gifted him 200 million naira. And back in his village, all right, the paramount ruler there decided to actually feather his cap and actually confer on him a chieftaincy title. So right now, Stanley Nwabali, I must say, he's had
MON.
Yes, MON. Yes, you must actually say that.
Chief Stanley Nwabali, MON.
A meteoric rise in the last 1 month, from literally a nobody to right now one of the most recognizable names on the team sheet of the Super Eagles. Kudos to him. Yeah. But in the meantime, Dr. Jose Peseiro right now is like the beautiful bride. As a matter of fact, he's being courted left, right, and center across Africa. Algeria are willing to put their money where their mouth is. After Jamel's Bemadi's departure, right now they are actually offering, they are pleading and begging him for $100,000 a month pay if he can actually jettison Nigeria and not think of coming back to Nigeria and just cross over to the Carthage Eagles. At the moment, I can tell you authoritatively, Zambia, the Chipolopolo of Zambia are also interested in him. But he's saying that right now, after the pressure he felt at the AFCON, that he just needs a reprieve. He needs a break. He needs to just sit back and drink water and just probably reminisce on all that has happened, because it was a tournament of tournaments, not just for AFCON, not just for CAF, but for Nigeria. And also one man is also saying that he's finally justified after getting sticks time and time again, talking about Amaju Melvin Pinnick. He has insisted that finally his decision to get Jose Peseiro paid off big time. And finally, in the Nigeria Premier Football League, Remo Stars are back on top of the table after a win. And you look at that, and after a draw, I beg your pardon, against Abia Warriors away, and the league is still heating up. And we're glad that we have some of our players back, and we are hoping that maybe the next coach or Peseiro himself will look at this league.
So, Aaron, with due respect,
yes,
Algeria can want Peseiro all they want, but for me, he's not a great coach. That's my opinion.
But based on what he did at AFCON...
Hang on a minute. Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League with Chelsea. It's not a big deal. Forget it.
No, you cannot say that's not
true.
Not true.
Since Roberto Di Matteo won the Champions League, what else has he done again? Let's not talk like now. Because somebody can have a run and get up there does not mean it's sensational. Peseiro, to me, is not sensational. Nigeria needs a developmental coach that understands a lot of tactics that can take the team to the very next level. I will not say the same of a Clemens Westerhoff because he embodied all of that. A coach that believes in our local league, that goes out there, fishes for players, take them up and be able to grow. I'm not going to say because I'm going to minute now. That's
the big question.
I'm not going to say because he came second. All right? I am not going to say because he came second. I mean, no big deal. Keshi won it, and Keshi was a local coach. So let's forget all of this sentiment. Like he wants to go to Nigeria.
It's a big deal, Rufai. Coming second, Jose, because ahead of the likes of Senegal, ahead of the likes of Ghana, and the rest of them.
Likes he goes to Kutuwenji. Likes anybody. Likes Chelsea say they want to carry him. That's no problem. For me,
the Super Eagles are 28 right now in the world.
He's not a great coach.
One of the best rankings we've had.
See, Oga, you will talk your own, I talk my own now.
Okay.
You can't challenge my opinion. You go talk your own, I talk my. I'm talking my own. This is my own opinion. You can't gouge me on my own opinion now. He's not a great coach for me, for Nigeria. No. I don't see him as developmental. Forget Nations Cup.
Okay, well, I'm sure no more people share the sentiment as well because they criticize his tactic, especially a very defensive play. That at that level, especially when we'd got into the finals, he ought to have at least been a bit more technical. So, yes, Algeria wants him. I don't know the state of their team in terms of how they want him so badly. But
they crashed out of the group stage. 2 AFCONs in a row.
Well, let me just celebrate, not just Stanley Nwabali, but also Stanley Bobo Nwabali, but also celebrate all the Super Eagles, the members of this Super Eagles team. You know, they worked against all odds. We talked about some of the, the harsh conditions, the harsh criticisms, and just to see them come second, I still want to emphasize and praise that and commend as well the governor of Rivers State for honoring Stanley Nwabali with not just a handshake and land, but also with
money.
financial compensation, and of course, on the night of the finals or the semi-finals when we beat what's the country now?
South
Africa. Young people rushed to Nwabali's father's compound. It was the hundreds of people just going to celebrate. That's something really worth, just worth commending. So I hope other state governors will take the cue and also do the same for other, players.
One or two have.
I know a few of them have. So it's great to do that.
Bobo Nwabali, MON, Chief, Distinguished Service Star of Rivers State.
Chief.
That's the highest honor that is given out by Rivers State. And the chieftaincy title that he has been given by his community is the pride of Egbema Kingdom. Now, I think with Stanley Nwabali, we may have solved the goalkeeping problem of Nigeria.
Yes, we have.
We used to agonize here about whether or not we will get a good goalkeeper. But this Chippa United
goalie,
shot stopper, distinguished himself in AFCON 2023, and it's just as well that he has been so honored by the federal government and also by the state government and also by his community. Congratulations to him. Similarly, congratulations to Rasmus Højlund, 21 years old, 14 days, who has set the record of scoring consecutively in 6 games in the Premier League, beating the previous record by the Newcastle midfielder. Well, his prolific form has given Manchester United some hope.
Yes,
but Eric Ten Hag is sensible enough to say that their position is still very fragile, and it's very fragile indeed. You left out Arsenal, that has been on a goal bliss, and Arsenal, fans are celebrating. The other day,
not too early to celebrate, I must say, but it was a good one.
Well, they beat Burnley. They beat Burnley 5-0.
Yes, they did.
And they've won in 5 games, total of about 21 goals in about 5 different games. But they will be going for the Champions League, I think at Porto on Wednesday, so that's another challenge. But the captain says, they are looking at the Premier League, they are looking at the Champions League. So when they do well, let's give them their flowers. Finally, congratulations to Iga Swiatek, who was able to beat Elena Rybakina at the Qatar Open. And that's, you know, the third time she's winning back-to-back, almost reproducing Serena Williams' record with the Miami Open, you know, from 2015. Thank you very much.
It was a
pleasure. Thank you very much, Aaron.
It was a pleasure.